Prepare to witness the greatest movie in your lifetime, so grab your popcorn and enjoy the recap.
It began with the forging of the great rings. 3 were given to the elves, immortal, wisest and fairest of all beings. 7 to the dwarf lords, great miners and craftsmen of the mountain halls. And 9 rings were gifted to the race of men, who above all else desire power. For within these rings was bound the strength and will to govern each race. But they were all of them deceived, for another ring was made. In the land of Mordor, in the fires of Mount Doom, the Dark Lord Sauron forged in secret a master ring to control all others. And into this ring he poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life. One ring to rule them all. One by one, the free lands of Middle-earth fell to the power of the ring. But there were some who resisted. A last alliance of men and elves marched against the armies of Mordor, and on the slopes of Mount Doom, they fought for the freedom of Middle-earth. Victory was near, but the power of the ring could not be undone. It was in this moment that Isildur, son of the king, took up his father's sword. Sauron, the enemy of the free peoples of Middle-earth, was defeated. The ring passed to Isildur, who had this one chance to destroy evil forever. But the hearts of men are easily corrupted, and the Ring of Power has a will of its own. It betrayed Isildur to his death. And for 2,500 years, the ring passed out of all knowledge. It ensnared a new bearer. The ring came to the creature Gollum, who took it deep into the tunnels of the misty mountains. And there, it consumed him.
It came to me,
It abandoned Gollum. But something happened then the ring did not intend. It was picked up by the most unlikely creature imaginable. A hobbit. Bilbo Baggins of the Shire.
He stole it! Baggins!
The Shire, Middle-earth. There and back again. A Hobbit's Tale by Bilbo Baggins. Where to begin?
The story then starts with Bilbo writing a book in his house in the Shire, where he explains that hobbits are simple creatures who are not very wise or good at fighting, but love peace and quiet. When someone knocks on his door, he calls out to Frodo Baggins, but Frodo is outside by the window. As Gandalf comes by in his horse carriage, Frodo tells him that he is late, but Gandalf casually says that a wizard is never late.
You're late.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
It's wonderful to see you, Gandalf!
And that he would never miss Frodo's Uncle Bilbo's birthday. As they make their way to the village, Frodo mentions that Bilbo has been acting very strange and keeps looking at old maps. Gandalf then goes to meet Bilbo in his house.
Glad you're back.
So am I, dear boy. So am I.
Any more visitors, well-wishers, or distant relations?
And what about very old friends?
Dear Gandalf!
Good to see 111 years old. Who would believe it?
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger.
Just tea, thank you. Oh!
As they have tea, someone knocks at the door, and Bilbo tells Gandalf that he feels tired and very old. He says he misses the mountains and plans to go on a long holiday to complete his book without coming back. Gandalf suggests that Frodo already suspects something and that Bilbo should tell him he is leaving. At night, everyone gathers to celebrate Bilbo's 111th birthday. During the party, Frodo notices his friend Samwise Gamgee sitting alone and encourages him to join the others and dance. Gandalf lights fireworks while Bilbo entertains children with stories. When Pippin Took and Merry Brandybuck see Gandalf picking up fireworks, they steal one and accidentally create a huge dragon that scares everyone.
Done.
Supposed to stick it in the ground.
It has in the ground.
Let's get another one.
Speech!
Today is my 111th birthday. I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. I have things to do. I regret to announce this is the end.
I suppose you think that was terribly clever.
Just a bit of fun. Oh, you're probably right. I'm leaving everything to him.
What about this ring of yours?
Why shouldn't I keep it? It's mine. I found it. It came to me.
There's no need to get angry.
My precious.
Precious? It's been called that before, but not by you.
You want it for yourself?
Bilbo Baggins! Do not take me for some conjurer of cheap tricks. I'm trying to help you.
The ring must go to Frodo.
The ring is still in your pocket.
Goodbye, Gandalf.
Goodbye, dear Bilbo.
As Frodo picks up the ring, Gandalf tells him that Bilbo has left and given him all his possessions. He places the ring in an envelope and asks Frodo to keep it safe and secret. When Frodo asks where he is going, Gandalf says he needs to find some answers and leaves. As Gandalf investigates further, he discovers that the ring forged by Sauron carries an inscription that only appears in fire. At the same time, Sauron sends his Black Riders to the Shire after Gollum reveals that Bilbo has the ring.
Year 3434 of the Second Age. Here follows the account of Isildur, High King of Gondor, and the finding of the Ring of Power. It has come to me, the One Ring. It shall be an heirloom of my kingdom. All those who follow in my bloodline shall be bound to its fate, for I will risk no hurt to the ring. The markings upon the band begin to fade. The writing, which at first was as clear as red flame, has all but disappeared. A secret now that only fire can tell.
After spending time with Sam and his friends, Frodo returns home and finds Gandalf looking tense and worried. Gandalf quickly asks for the envelope and throws the ring into the fire. Frodo, confused, asks what is happening. After a few moments, Gandalf takes the ring out and places it in Frodo's hand, asking if he sees anything. At first, Frodo sees nothing, but then markings begin to appear. Frodo says he cannot read them as they seem to be in Elvish, but Gandalf explains that it is actually the language of Mordor, which very few can read.
The spirit of Sauron endured. His life force is bound to the ring, and the ring survives.
Sauron needs only this ring to cover all the lands on a second darkness. He is seeking it. Seeking it all. His thought is bent on it. For the ring yearns above all else to return to the hand of its master. They are one.
No one knows it's here, do they?
There is one other who knew that Bilbo had the ring. I looked everywhere for the creature Gollum.
Who goes there?
Take it, Gandalf!
Don't tempt me, Frodo! I dare not take it, not even to keep it safe. Understand, Frodo, I would use this ring from a desire to do good, but through me, it would wield a power too great and terrible to imagine.
What must I do?
Make for the village of Bree.
Bree.
I'll be waiting for you at the Inn of the Prancing Pony. Travel only by day.
Can cut across country easily enough.
Get down. Confound it all,
I
Samwise!
heard raised voices.
What did you hear? Speak!
That is, I heard a good deal about a ring and a Dark Lord and something about the end of the world, but please, Mr. Gandalf, sir, don't hurt me.
I've thought of a better use for you.
Be careful, both of you. The enemy has many spies in his service.
Never put it on, for the agents of the Dark Lord will be drawn to its power. Always remember, Frodo,
The ring is trying to get back to its master. It wants to be found.
Sam feels nervous about leaving his home, but Frodo reassures him and they continue their journey. While Sam is preparing dinner, they hear singing. Frodo quickly says they are wood elves, and they quietly watch them dressed in white as they leave Middle-earth for the Grey Havens. The next day, Gandalf travels to Isengard to meet Saruman and tells him about the ring, saying they must stop Sauron. Saruman explains that even though Sauron does not yet have a physical form, his spirit is strong, and he watches everything from Mordor through the Great Eye.
Sauron has regained much of his former strength. He cannot yet take physical form, but his spirit has lost none of its potency.
Concealed within his fortress, the Lord of Mordor sees all.
His gaze pierces cloud, shadow, earth, and flesh.
You know of what I speak, Gandalf.
A great eye, wreathed in flame. Very soon he will have summoned an army great enough to launch an assault upon Middle-earth.
You know this? How?
I have seen it.
A Palantir is a dangerous tool, Saruman.
Why should we fear to use it?
They are not all accounted for. The lost seeing stones.
The 9 have left Minas Morgul. They will find the ring and kill the one who carries it. I did not seriously think that a hobbit could contend with the will of Sauron. There are none who can. Against the power of Mordor, there can be no victory. We must join with him, Gandalf.
Tell me, friend, when did Saruman the Wise abandon reason for madness?
I gave you the chance, but you have elected the way of pain!
Frodo! Thought I'd lost you. You've been in the farmer maggot's crop. It's only a couple of carrots. And some cabbages. That was just a detour. A shortcut. I think we should get off the road. Get off the road!
Black Rider was looking for something, or someone. Frodo?
Sam and I must get to Bree.
Get the rope, Sam! Run, Frodo!
Frodo! Frodo! Come on! How far to the nearest crossing?
The Brandywine Bridge, 20 miles.
All 4 of them make it to Bree and go to the inn called the Prancing Pony. Inside the inn, Frodo lies about his name and asks about Gandalf, but the owner says he has not seen him in 6 months. Later, Sam notices a man staring at Frodo. When they ask the inn owner, he tells them the man is a ranger known as Strider.
He's one of them rangers. Dangerous folk they are, wandering the wilds. What his right name is, I've never heard, but round here, he's known as Strider.
Sure I know a Baggins. Frodo Baggins. Pippin! Steady on!
You cannot hide. I see you. There is no life in the void. Only death.
What do you want?
A little more caution from you. That is no trinket you carry.
Let it go!
Men, great kings of men. Then Sauron the Deceiver gave to them 9 rings of power. Blinded by their greed, they took them without question, one by one, falling into darkness. They are the Nazgul, ring wraiths, neither living nor dead. At all times they feel the presence of the ring, drawn to the power of the One. They will never stop hunting you.
Where are you taking us?
Into the wild.
But where is he leading us?
Rivendell, Master Gamgee.
Did you hear that? We're going to see the elves.
What about breakfast?
We've already had it.
What about second breakfast?
Saruman orders that an army be built, and the orcs begin their work, while Gandalf remains imprisoned at the top of the tower. Strider brings the hobbits to an old watchtower and says they will rest there for the night. He gives each of them a sword before going off to look around. During the night, the Nazgul find them and attack.
What are you doing? Put it out, you fools! Put it out! Go! Back, you devils!
Stabbed by a Morgul blade. This is beyond my skill to heal. He needs elvish medicine.
We're 6 days from Rivendell! Gandalf!
Seeing Frodo badly injured, Strider says only elvish medicine can save him, and they rush to help him. In the forest, as Frodo is close to dying, Arwen, the daughter of Elrond, arrives and takes Frodo onto her horse.
We must get him to my father. I do not fear them.
Ride hard. Don't look back.
Naraleen, Asfaloth, Naraleen.
What are you doing? Those wraiths are still out there!
Naraleen, Asfaloth!
Give up the halfling, shield.
If you want him, come and claim him. Nino Hithaglir Lasto Bethdair, Rimonin Bruinen Danin Hular. Nino Hithaglir Lasto Bethdair, Rimonin Bruinen Danin Hular. Frodo, no. Frodo, don't give in. Not now. What grace is given me, let it pass to him.
Gandalf.
Yes, I'm here, my dear Hobbit.
Why didn't you meet us?
I was delayed. One ill turn deserves another. It is over. Embrace the power of the ring, or embrace your own destruction. There is only one Lord of the Ring, and he does not share power. So you have chosen death.
When Frodo goes outside, he discovers that Bilbo Baggins is also there. As they talk and Bilbo shows him his book, Frodo admits that he is not like Bilbo and that he misses the Shire. Sam then tells Frodo that he has packed their things and suggests they should leave the ring there and return home, and Frodo agrees. At the same time, Gandalf speaks with Elrond and says they cannot expect more from Frodo because he has already done so much. He also explains that Saruman is building a powerful army by combining orcs and goblins and will soon be ready to attack. Elrond responds that the ring can't stay in Rivendell because they can't fight both Isengard and Mordor at the same time. Elrond also says that the elves are leaving and the dwarves are staying in the mountains. Gandalf suggests they must place their hope in men, but Elrond argues that men are weak, reminding him that he witnessed 3,000 years ago how Isildur failed to destroy the ring.
I was there 3,000 years ago. When Isildur took the ring, I was there the day the strength of men failed.
Isildur, hurry! Follow me. I led Isildur into the heart of Mount Doom, where the ring was forged, the one place it could be destroyed.
Cast it into the fire! Destroy it!
No.
Isildur!
The line of kings is broken.
There is one who could unite them, one who could reclaim the throne of Gondor.
He has chosen exile.
That night, Strider is sitting alone when Boromir approaches and asks who he is. Strider replies that he is a friend of Gandalf. Boromir then picks up the shards of Narsil, the sword used by Isildur to defeat Sauron. After Boromir leaves, Strider holds the broken blade, and Arwen comes to him, reminding him that he is Isildur's heir, though that does not mean he will repeat the same mistake. Strider admits that he feels weak, but Arwen reassures him that he will face the same enemy and defeat him. She then gives him her locket and says she is willing to become mortal for him. The next morning, representatives of elves, dwarves, and men gather with Elrond and Gandalf.
Strangers from distant lands, friends of old, who've been summoned here to answer the threat of Mordor. Middle-earth stands upon the brink of destruction. None can escape it. You will unite, or you will fall. Each race is bound to this fate, this one doom.
Bring forth the ring, Frodo.
True. In a dream, I saw the eastern sky grow dark, but in the west a pale light lingered. Voice was crying, your doom is near at hand. Isildur's bane is found.
As-naz gur-dur batru, as-naz dim-batu, as-naz krakatulu, ak-purs-misi krib-batul.
Never before has any voice uttered the words of that tongue here in Imladris.
Do not ask your pardon, Master Elrond. The ring is altogether evil.
It is a gift to the foes of Mordor. Long has my father, the steward of Gondor, kept the forces of Mordor at bay. Let us use it against him.
The One Ring answers to Sauron alone.
And what would a ranger know of this matter?
This is no mere ranger. He is Aragorn, son of Arathorn, and heir to the throne of Gondor.
Gondor needs no king.
Aragorn is right. We cannot use it.
The ring must be destroyed.
And what are we waiting for?
The ring cannot be destroyed, Gimli, son of Gloin, by any craft that we here possess. The ring was made in the fires of Mount Doom. Only there can it be unmade. One of you must do this.
One does not simply walk into Mordor. There is evil there that does not sleep. Not with 10,000 men could you do this.
The ring must be destroyed.
And I suppose you think you're the one to do it.
And if we fail, what then?
I will be dead before I see the ring in the hands of an elf.
Give the ring to
No one trust an elf.
I will take it. I will take the ring to Mordor.
I will help you bear this burden, Frodo Baggins.
You have my sword.
And you have my bow.
And my axe.
Mr. Frodo's not going anywhere without me.
You'll have to send us home tied up in a sack to stop us.
9 companions. You shall be the Fellowship of the Ring.
Where are we going?
My old sword, Sting-Blade, glows blue when orcs are close. Mithril, as light as a feather and as hard as dragon scales. My old ring, very much like to hold it again one last time. I'm sorry I brought this upon you, my boy. I'm sorry that you must carry this burden. I'm sorry for everything.
The next day, Frodo and the entire Fellowship begin their journey to Mordor. During a rest stop, Boromir practices sword fighting with Pippin and Merry. While this is happening, Legolas notices a dark shape moving in the sky and asks what it is. As it gets closer, it turns out to be a flock of black crows, and everyone quickly hides beneath rocks. Gandalf explains that they are spies of Saruman and says they must now take the pass of Caradhras to continue. As they travel through the snowy mountains, Frodo accidentally drops the ring in the snow. Boromir picks it up, and everyone pauses, watching him carefully. Suspecting that he might try to keep it, Aragorn asks him to return it to Frodo, which he does. Meanwhile, the crows return to Saruman and inform him that Gandalf is leading the group through Caradhras.
If the mountain defeats you, will you risk a more dangerous road?
There is a fell voice on the air.
Saruman!
We must turn back! No!
Ayar vaxia rasselia, alto volotto carina.
We must get up the mountain!
Let us go through the mines of Moria.
Moria. You fear to go into those mines. The dwarves delved too greedily and too deep. You know what they awoke in the darkness, shadow and flame.
We cannot stay here!
So be it.
The walls of Moria. Dwarf doors are invisible when closed.
It reads, the doors of Durin, Lord of Moria. Speak, friend, and enter.
Edro Hiamen! Asto Beth Amen!
What are you going to do then?
Knock your head against these doors, Peregrine Took, and if that does not shatter them, and I am allowed a little peace from foolish questions... No, it's useless.
It's a riddle. Speak, friend, and enter. What's the Elvish word for friend?
Melon.
Soon, Master Elf, you will enjoy the fabled hospitality of the dwarves.
It's a tomb.
Goblins!
Face the long dark of Moria. The wealth of Moria was not in gold or jewels, but mithril. Bilbo had a set of mithril rings that Thorin gave him.
That was a kingly gift.
Yes, I never told him, but its worth was greater than the value of the Shire. I have no memory of this place.
There's something down there.
It's Gollum, and now the ring has drawn him here. Smeagol, he was once called, before the ring found him.
It's a pity Bilbo didn't kill him when he had the chance.
Pity? It was pity that stayed Bilbo's hand. Many that live deserve death, and some that die deserve life. Can you give it to them, Frodo? Do not be too eager to deal out death and judgment. My heart tells me that Gollum has some part to play yet, for good or ill.
I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. There are other forces at work in this world, Frodo, besides the will of evil. Bilbo was meant to find the ring, in which case you also were meant to have it. And that is an encouraging thought.
Gandalf then decides that air doesn't smell foul in one of the three paths and decides to continue their journey through it. They soon reach the Grand Dwarf City, where Gimli mourns at Balin's grave. Gandalf reads from a book describing the final moments before the attack. It was written that goblins have overrun the dwarf soldiers, and the rest who lived have barricaded themselves inside the room. Once the drums are heard, then that means that they are coming.
Throw yourself in next time and rid us of your stupidity.
Frodo.
They have a cave troll.
There is one dwarf yet in Moria who still draws breath.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Mithril.
To the bridge of Khazad-dûm.
What is this new devilry?
A Balrog. A demon of the ancient world. This foe is beyond any of you. Run! Lead them on, Aragorn. Swords are no more use here.
Get them out.
Give them a moment, for pity's sake!
We must reach the woods of Lothlórien. Frodo!
Everyone is devastated, but Aragorn pushes them to keep moving and reach Lothlórien before the orcs catch up. As they travel through the forest, Gimli tells Frodo and Samwise Gamgee stories about a mysterious elf lady who lives there. Frodo begins hearing her voice, warning that he has brought danger with him. Soon, they are stopped by elves who say they cannot go further because they carry great evil. Aragorn speaks with them, while Boromir reassures Frodo that Gandalf's sacrifice will not be in vain. The elves eventually allow them to pass and lead them to Caras Galadhon. They then meet Celeborn and Galadriel. Celeborn says the enemy already knows they are there. When he asks about Gandalf, Galadriel reveals that he has fallen and did not enter their land. Legolas explains that he was taken by the Balrog of Morgoth. When Celeborn questions the future of the group without Gandalf, Galadriel calmly says that hope still remains because the Fellowship is strong and united.
The quest stands upon the edge of a knife. Stray but a little and it will fail. Yet hope remains while the company is true. Welcome, Frodo of the Shire, one who has seen the eye.
I lament for Gandalf.
What do they say about him?
I have not the heart to tell you.
Take some rest.
I heard her voice inside my head. She spoke of my father and the fall of Gondor. She said to me, even now there is hope left. It is long since we had any hope. My father is a noble man. He looks to me to make things right, and I would do it. I would see the glory of Gondor restored. Have you ever seen it, Aragorn? The white tower of Ecthelion, glimmering like a spike of pearl and silver. Have you ever been called home?
I have seen the White City. And the Tower Guard shall take up the call. The lords of Gondor have returned.
While everyone is asleep, Galadriel pours water into a basin and asks Frodo Baggins to look into it. In the water, Frodo sees visions of the Shire being destroyed by orcs. Galadriel explains that this is what could happen if he fails. She also says that the Fellowship is already beginning to break, and that one of them will try to take the ring, and in the end, it will destroy them all. Frightened, Frodo removes the ring from his neck and offers it to her. As Galadriel moves closer, a dark force seems to take over her, and the ring tries to control her, but she resists it and regains control. She then tells Frodo that he is the ring bearer and that he must complete this task himself. Meanwhile, Saruman explains to a Uruk-hai that long ago orcs were once elves, but they were corrupted and tortured by darkness until they became what they are now. He then commands his army to march and orders them to bring the hobbits back alive, as one of them carries the ring, and to kill everyone else. At the same time, the Fellowship begins moving south. Celeborn warns Aragorn that Saruman's army is already on the move, and that these orcs can travel even in daylight. He advises that the only way to stay ahead of them is by using the river. Before they leave, Galadriel gives each member of the Fellowship a gift. As the Fellowship continues its journey along the river, the orc army moves through the forest in pursuit. When they stop to rest at the riverbank at night, Boromir points out that Gollum has been following them and might alert their enemies. He argues that they should go through Gondor, but Aragorn refuses, saying he will never take the ring into the City of Men.
Minas Tirith is the safer road. From there we can regroup. Have you so little faith in your own people? Yes, there is weakness, there is frailty, there is courage also, and honor to be found in men. You are afraid.
I will not lead the ring within 100 leagues of your city.
Sam notices that Frodo looks troubled and asks him to eat something, but Frodo replies that this time he will not be able to help him. The next day, they pass through the Argonath and stop by the shore. Aragorn says that they will approach Mordor from the north. Gimli argues that the path is far too dangerous, but Aragorn still insists on it. When Legolas suggests that they should move immediately, Aragorn says they should wait for nightfall to avoid the orcs. Legolas, however, says he senses something more dangerous than orcs nearby. As Frodo walks a little into the forest, he encounters Boromir.
None of us should wander alone. You least of all. I know why you seek solitude. You suffer. I see it day by day. We're all afraid, Frodo. I ask only for the strength to defend my keep. It should be mine! Give it to me! You'll betray us! Frodo, I'm sorry!
Frodo?
Can you protect me from yourself? Would you destroy it?
I would have gone with you to the end.
Look after the others.
Run!
Hide here, quick! Come on!
Baby!
Over here! This way! It's working!
I know it's working! Run! Mr. Frodo!
The Horn of Gondor.
They took the little ones. I tried to take the ring from him. Forgive me.
You've kept your honor.
The world of men will fall.
I swear to you, I will not let the White City fall.
I would have followed you, my brother, my king.
Frodo! I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
Not alone! I'm going to Mordor alone! And I'm coming with you! Sam! I made a promise, Mr. Frodo. A promise. Don't you leave him, Samwise Gamgee. And I don't mean to. I don't mean to.
Hurry! Frodo and Sam have reached the eastern shore.
Frodo's fate is no longer in our hands. We will not abandon Merry and Pippin to torment and death. Let us hunt some orc.
Yes!
Mordor. I hope the others find a safer road. I don't suppose we'll ever see them again.
We may yet, Mr. Frodo.
Sam, I'm glad you're with me.
Frodo suddenly wakes up after having a nightmare about Gandalf. As they are climbing down from a mountain, a small wooden box falls out of Sam's pocket and he calls out to Frodo to catch it. While trying to grab it, Frodo's hand slips and he ends up falling down. But since the ground is close, he lands safely on his feet.
What's in this? Just a bit of seasoning. I thought maybe if we was having a roast chicken one night or something. Sam. It's the best salt in all the Shire. It's a little bit of home. Mordor. The one place in Middle-earth we don't want to see any closer. The one place we're trying to get to. It's just where we can't get. Let's face it, Mr. Frodo. We're lost. It's getting heavier.
That night, as they sit in the rain, Gollum comes closer after secretly following them the entire day, which makes Frodo feel like someone is watching them. The next morning, as they move forward, Frodo and Sam realize that they have been going in circles. When Sam notices a foul smell, Frodo tells him that they are not alone. At night, while pretending to sleep, they wait as Gollum approaches and calls Frodo and Sam thieves.
Curse them. We hate them. It's ours it is.
And we want it.
Release him, or I'll cut your throat.
Burns us!
Every orc in Mordor's gonna hear this racket!
But now that I see him, I do pity him.
Wages of us. We swear to serve the master.
We will hold you to your word.
I don't believe you! Sam! He's trying to trick us!
You know the way to Mordor.
Yes.
You will lead us to the Black Gate.
To the gate, master says. No.
So much for his promises.
Follow me.
At the same time, the Uruks are carrying Merry and Pippin towards Saruman. Pippin calls out to Merry, who is still unconscious. He asks one of the orcs to give Merry some water, and the orc pours a dirty brown liquid into his mouth, which wakes him up. Suddenly, one of the orcs says that he can smell men, and they immediately start running again. Hearing this, Pippin realizes that Aragorn must be coming to rescue them, so he drops his leaf of Lórien to leave a trail behind.
Come on, Gimli!
Keep breathing. That's the key. Breathe.
Not idly do the leaves of Lórien fall.
Come, Gimli!
I'm wasted on cross-country. We dwarves are natural sprinters.
Rohan, home of the Horse Lords.
Legolas, what do your elf eyes see?
The Uruks turn northeast! They're taking the hobbits to Isengard!
Saruman.
The world is changing. Who now has the strength to stand against the armies of Isengard and Mordor? Together, my lord Sauron, we shall rule this Middle-earth. The old world will burn in the fires of industry. The forests will fall. A new order will rise.
I want them armed and ready to march within 2 weeks.
But my lord, there are too many. They cannot all be armed in time. We don't have the moon.
Build a dam, block the stream, work the furnaces, night and day.
We don't have enough fuel to feed the fires.
The forest of Fangorn lies on our doorstep. Burn it.
Yes.
The horsemen took your land. They drove your people into the hills. Take back the lands they stole from you. Burn every village.
It will begin in the Rohan. Too long have these peasants stood against you.
You must ride to Edoras and raise the alarm.
Yes, Mama. Quickly!
Rohan, my lord, is ready to fall.
Éomer, who leads the riders of Rohan, finds Theodred and his men struck down by orcs. He realizes that these orcs are not from Mordor and takes Theodred, who is badly injured but still alive, back to the king. As Éomer and his sister urge the king to act, because orcs are killing people across their land under Saruman's command, the king, who looks weak and pale, says nothing. Outside the king's chamber, Éomer confronts Grima and why he keeps watching his sister. As they argue, guards arrive and seize Éomer, while Grima presents a decree and says that the king himself has banished him from Rohan.
You are banished forthwith from the kingdom of Rohan. He signed it this morning.
We're not going no further till we've had a breather.
We ain't had nothing but maggoty bread for 3 stinking days.
Yes. Why can't we have some meats? What about them? They're fresh.
Ooh, they look tasty. Get back, scum! The prisoners go to Saruman, alive and unspoiled. They have something, an elvish weapon. The master wants it for the war. Well, meat's back on the menu, boys!
Riders of Rohan! What news from the mark?
I'm Aragorn, son of Arathorn. We are friends of Rohan.
Saruman has poisoned the mind of the king and claimed lordship over these lands. And for that, we are banished.
We track a party of Uruk-hai westward across the plain.
The Uruks are destroyed. We slaughtered them during the night. We piled the carcasses and burned them. May these horses bear you to better fortune than their former masters.
They crawled.
Run!
Fangor, madness drove me there.
I'm gonna rip out your filthy little innards!
Trees! Climb a tree, Pippin.
tree is talking.
I am an Treebeard, some call me.
We're hobbits.
Hobbits sounds like orc mischief. Destroyers and usurpers. The White Wizard will know.
Meanwhile, Gollum is guiding the hobbits through the marshes. He explains that orcs don't travel this way. While they eat, Frodo offers Gollum some bread, but Gollum throws it away, saying that it chokes him. When Sam and Frodo notice bodies in the water, Gollum explains that a great war once took place here, and many elves died. Frodo sees a strange light in the water, and suddenly falls in where ghostly figures try to pull him under, but Gollum rescues him and warns him not to follow the lights. At night, as Gollum argues with himself, Frodo, who keeps touching the ring, hears him and approaches. He calls him by his real name, saying that Gandalf once told him he belonged to the river folk.
Smeagol.
Come on! I thought they were dead!
Dead? No, you cannot kill them, no.
Mr. Frodo! It's all right.
Orc blood.
The trees are speaking to each other.
Lower your axe.
What do trees have to talk about, hmm?
The White Wizard approaches.
Kill yourself! It cannot be. Forgive me. I mistook you for Saruman.
I am Saruman, or rather Saruman as he should have been.
You fell.
Through fire and water. From the lowest dungeon to the highest peak, I fought him, the Balrog of Morgoth. Until at last I threw down my enemy and smote his ruin upon the mountainside. Darkness took me, and I strayed out of thought and time. I felt life in me again. I've been sent back until my task is done. I am Gandalf the White. We must travel to Edoras with all speed.
Are we to leave those poor hobbits here?
It was more than mere chance that brought Merry and Pippin to Fangorn. The Ents are going to wake up.
Treebeard carries Merry and Pippin, explaining that he promised Gandalf to keep them safe. He sings to them and helps them rest. Gandalf tells Aragorn their only advantage is that the ring remains hidden and is moving closer to Mordor to be destroyed. Gollum leads Frodo and Sam to the Black Gate, but they see that it is heavily guarded with orcs and soldiers. As the gate opens, Sam tries to get a closer look, but slips and nearly gets caught. Frodo quickly saves him using an elvish cloak, keeping them hidden. As they consider entering, Gollum stops them, warning that they will be captured, and says he knows another path through a dark tunnel.
He's up to something.
Are you saying there's another way into Mordor?
No.
Lead the way, Smeagol.
Edoras,
Your son, he is dead. Uncle?
do not look for welcome here. You'll find more cheer in a graveyard.
Cannot allow you before Theoden King so armed. Your staff.
You would not part an old man from his walking stick.
Late is the hour in which this conjurer chooses to appear. Ill news is an ill guest.
Be silent. Keep your forked tongue behind your teeth. I have not passed through fire and death to bandy crooked words with a witless worm. Theoden! Too long have you sat in the shadows. I release you from the spell.
You have no power here.
You did not kill me. You will not kill him. Be gone. Breathe the free air again, my friend.
Dark have been my dreams of late.
Get out of my way!
Where is Theodred? Where is my son? Simbalmuna. Ever has it grown on the tombs of my forebears. Now it shall cover the grave of my son. Alas, that these evil days should be mine. The young perish and the old linger. That I should live to see the last days of my house.
Theodred's death was not of your making.
No parent should have to bury their child.
He was strong in life. his spirit will find its way to the halls of your fathers. This is but a taste of the terror that Saruman will unleash.
Gandalf and Aragorn try to convince Theoden that they must stand and fight against Mordor and Isengard, reminding him that Éomer still fights for them. However, Theoden says his people have suffered enough and refuses to lead them into more death. The next day, by the king's order, Hama tells the people to leave and take refuge at Helm's Deep, where they can defend themselves. Gandalf warns Aragorn that this decision is dangerous and will lead them into a trap, and urges Aragorn to protect the people before riding off.
Look to my coming, at first light on the 5th day. At dawn, look to the east.
Grima informs Saruman that Gandalf is traveling with an elf, a man, and a dwarf. When Saruman asks about the man, Grima describes him as a ranger who carries a strange ring with 2 serpents. Saruman says Gandalf believes he has found Isildur's heir, but claims the line of men was broken long ago, and that it makes no difference because they will still be defeated, starting with Edoras. Éowyn practices with her sword when Aragorn approaches her. She says she would rather die than live imprisoned, but Aragorn reminds her that she is of royal blood and that this will not be her fate. Meanwhile, Grima tells Saruman that Theoden will travel to Helm's Deep and will move slowly because he is accompanied by women and children, making him an easy target. Saruman then orders that warg riders be sent. As Gollum attempts to catch a fish while guiding Frodo and Sam, Sam scolds him. Frodo then tells Sam not to be harsh with him, saying Sam does not understand what the ring has done to Gollum and that he wants to help him. Sam expresses concern for Frodo, pointing out that the ring is affecting him as well since he is neither eating nor resting properly. But Frodo reacts with irritation.
The ring was entrusted to me. Can't you hear yourself? What we need's a few good taters.
What's taters, huh?
Potatoes. Mr. Frodo?
They are called to Mordor.
We've got to get moving. Come on, Sam. No one at home will believe this.
Bind their hands.
It's true you don't see many dwarf women. They are so alike in voice and appearance.
It's the beards.
Which is, of course, ridiculous.
As a girl, when they brought her father back dead, she watched her mother succumb to grief, doomed to wait upon an old man who should have loved her as a father.
I made some stew.
Thank you.
It's good.
Really? My uncle told me a strange thing. He said that you rode to war with Thengel, my grandfather. Then you must be at least 60.
87.
You are one of the Dunedain, a descendant of Númenor, blessed with long life. It was said that your race had passed into legend. I'm sorry. Please eat.
I am mortal. You are elf-kind. This belongs to you. She is sailing to the Undying Lands, with all that is left of her kin.
Under attack! Get them out of here!
I can fight!
No!
That's it! Go on!
Stay together!
A little tumble off the cliff.
Leave the dead.
We're safe, my lady.
Freda!
Bar the gate and set a watch on the surround.
Helm's Deep has one weakness. Its outer wall is solid rock, but for a small culvert at its base.
If the wall is breached, Helm's Deep will fall.
It would take a number beyond reckoning, thousands, to storm the keep. There is no such force.
A new power is rising. Its victory is at hand. This night, the land will be stained with the blood of Rohan. March to Helm's Deep. Leave none alive. To war!
There will be no door for men.
coming back. If Aragorn survives this war, you will still be parted. If Sauron is defeated and Aragorn made king and all that you hope for comes true, you will still have to taste the bitterness of mortality. Aragorn will die, and there will be no comfort for you, no comfort to ease the pain of his passing. He will come to death, an image of the splendor of the kings of men in glory, undimmed before the breaking of the world. But you, my daughter, you will linger on in darkness and in doubt, as nightfall in winter that comes without a star. Here you will dwell, bound to your grief, under the fading trees, and the long years of your life are utterly spent. There is nothing for you here, only death.
Faramir and his men capture Frodo Baggins and Samwise Gamgee and take them to hidden caves. He informs his soldiers that Isengard's army is advancing and plans to attack Gondor from one side, while Sauron's forces strike from the other. Faramir reveals to Frodo and Sam that he is the brother of Boromir and that Boromir has died. He recalls the last time he saw Boromir after a victorious battle.
You're a friend of Boromir?
Yes.
It would grieve you then to learn that he is dead.
Dead?
He was my brother.
This city was once the jewel of our kingdom, a place of light and beauty and music, and so it shall be once more! Never again will the land of my people fall into enemy hands! Gondor! For Gondor!
Nice and short. Leaves more time for drinking. Today, life is good.
Where is Gondor's finest? Where is my firstborn?
The victory belongs to Faramir also.
But for Faramir, the city would still be standing. You let the enemy walk in and take it on a whim. Always you cast a poor reflection on me.
You give him no credit, and yet he tries to do your will.
We have more urgent things to speak of. The weapon of the enemy has been found. This thing must come to Gondor. Ever the ring will seek to corrupt the hearts of lesser men. But you are strong, and our need is great. You must go. Bring me back this mighty gift.
My place is here with my people.
Send me in his stead.
You? A chance for Faramir, Captain of Gondor, to show his quality. I think not. I trust this mission only to your brother, the one who will not fail me.
Remember today, little brother.
When Faramir's men capture Gollum, Frodo pleads with them not to kill him and helps take him prisoner without violence. Gollum then accuses Frodo of betraying him. After learning about the ring, Faramir decides that it will be taken to Gondor, ignoring Sam's request to let them continue to Mordor and destroy it. While riding, Aragorn sees Saruman's army moving and rushes toward Helm's Deep. When he arrives, Gimli and Éowyn are relieved to see him, and Legolas returns his jewel. Aragorn warns King Theoden that an army of 10,000 is coming to destroy them. Theoden orders preparations, saying that the walls of Helm's Deep have never been breached.
We will cover the causeway and the gate from above. No army has ever breached the Deeping Wall or set foot inside the Hornburg.
This is no rabble of mindless orcs. These are Uruk-hai.
I know how to defend my own keep.
Saruman's hordes will pillage and burn.
They do not come to destroy Rohan's crops. They come to destroy his people. Send out riders, my lord. You must call for aid.
Where was Gondor when the Westfold fell? Where was Gondor? We are alone.
In Fangorn Forest, Treebeard stops and tells Merry and Pippin that an Entmoot is about to take place after many years. When they ask what it is, many Ents emerge and gather together. Treebeard explains that they must decide whether to go to war. Meanwhile, in the fortress, the women and children of Rohan move into the caves for safety. As Aragorn and Legolas discuss battle plans, Éowyn argues that she does not want to hide in the caves and wishes to fight. But Aragorn tells her that protecting the people is also a duty, and it is not his decision to make. At that moment, Éowyn confesses her love for Aragorn and then goes into the caves. Outside, Aragorn observes that the men of Rohan are not trained soldiers. Legolas says they are afraid and will not survive the battle, but Aragorn replies that if they must die, he will stand and die with them. As ordinary people prepare for war, the Uruk army approaches, and Theoden wonders if he has made the right choice.
Who am I, Gamling?
You are our king.
And do you trust your king?
Your men, my lord, will follow you to whatever end.
Where is the horse and the rider? Where is the horn that was blowing? They have passed like rain on the mountains, like wind in the meadow. The days have gone down in the west, behind the hills, into shadow.
How did it come to this?
In the forest, when Merry and Pippin wake up, they ask Treebeard if a decision has been made, but he says the Ents have only just begun greeting each other and urges them not to be hasty. Meanwhile, a young boy tells Aragorn that people believe there is no hope, and Aragorn reassures him that there is always hope. As Aragorn puts on his armor, Legolas admits he was wrong to lose faith and now believes in him. Suddenly, they hear a horn and rush to the gate, with Legolas noting that it is not an orc horn. When they see elves arriving at the fortress, Theoden is astonished. Their leader explains that Elrond of Rivendell has sent them, and that just like in the past, elves and men will fight side by side.
You could have picked a better spot. What's happening out there?
Would you like me to find you a box?
So it begins.
Son, look away! Come on!
I'm on 17! 19!
Treebeard tells Merry and Pippin that the Entmoot has decided they are not orcs, and that he has shared their names with the others. Merry becomes frustrated and insists that they must decide about Saruman, because war is coming. But Treebeard again advises patience, explaining that the Ent language takes a long time. The Entmoot eventually decides that this is not their war. Merry becomes angry and argues that it is their world too, but Treebeard tells them to return to the Shire. When Pippin says maybe Treebeard is right, Merry insists that if Saruman and Sauron win, there will be no Shire left. As Treebeard carries them away, Merry persuades him to head south so they can pass by Isengard.
17! 18! 19! 21!
Is this all you can conjure, Saruman?
Hold them! Brace the gate!
Faramir and his men reach Gondor with Frodo and Sam. Frodo continues to beg to be released, saying the ring will not save Gondor, but Faramir refuses and takes them toward Osgiliath. Faramir is warned that orcs are attacking the city and will soon overrun it. Frodo tells Sam that he feels the Eye of Sauron is near and watching everything, but when Sam speaks, Frodo struggles to hear him. Faramir orders his men to take Frodo to his father, calling him a gift. Suddenly, Frodo senses danger and says they are here, just as a flying Black Rider arrives and attacks the city. Back at the fortress, Aragorn urges Theoden to make one final charge to give the women and children time to escape.
I'm breaking in!
What can men do against such reckless hate?
Ride out and meet them.
The sun is rising.
Look to my coming at first light on the 5th day. At dawn, look to the east.
Let this be the hour when we draw swords together.
Theoden King stands alone, not alone.
Rohirrim! For the king!
Many of these trees were my friends. A wizard should know better. My business is with Isengard tonight. The Ents are going to war. The last march of the Ents. Break the dam! Release the river!
It's your Sam! It's all wrong. By rights, we shouldn't even be here. But we are. It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo. Full of darkness and danger they were. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end. Because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad had happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing. This shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you. Even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. They kept going because they were holding on to something. What are we holding on to, Sam? That there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for.
I think at last we understand one another, Frodo Baggins.
If you let them go, your life will be forfeit.
Release them.
Frodo tells him that Gollum has spoken of another route near Minas Morgul, and Faramir warns that it is dangerous, but Gollum insists it is the only way. As Gollum leads them onward, Sam reminds him that Frodo protected him from the Rangers, but Gollum secretly begins plotting how to kill Frodo and Sam and reclaim the ring. Meanwhile, Gandalf tells the others that the fate of Middle-earth now depends on Frodo and Sam as the final battle draws near.
I wonder if we'll ever be put into songs or tales. Frodo was really courageous, wasn't he, Dad? Samwise the Brave. Frodo wouldn't have got far without Sam. Now, Mr. Frodo, you shouldn't make fun. I was being serious. So was I.
Follow me.
We are then shown the backstory of Gollum when he was still a normal hobbit named Smeagol, and he goes fishing with his friend Diagal, and while fishing, Diagal is pulled into the water, and he accidentally finds the one ring at the bottom of the lake, and when Smeagol sees the ring, he becomes obsessed with it and demands it from his friend, and they start fighting over the ring, and in the struggle, Smeagol eliminates Diagal and takes the ring. After this, Smeagol is rejected by others and becomes isolated, so he runs away and hides in dark caves, and over many years, the ring changes him physically and mentally, and he slowly transforms into the strange creature known as Gollum.
Wake up! Wake up, sleepies!
It must be getting late. The days are growing darker.
Must go! No time!
Here, you go ahead and eat that, Mr. Frodo. I've rationed it.
Young master Gandalf, wood and water I can master, but there is a wizard to manage here, locked in his tower.
We need him to talk.
You have fought many wars and slain many men, Theoden King, and made peace afterwards. Can we not take counsel together as we once did?
When you answer for the burning of the Westfold and the children that lie dead there, we shall have peace. When the lives of the soldiers, whose bodies were hewn even as they lay dead against the gates of the Hornburg, are avenged, we shall have peace.
Dotard! What do you want, Gandalf Greyhaim? The key of Orthanc? along with the crowns of the 7 kings and the rods of the 5 wizards.
Your treachery has already cost many lives. Thousands more are now at risk. But you could save them, Saruman.
So you have come here for information? His attack will come soon. You cannot think that this ranger will ever sit upon the throne of Gondor. This exile, crept from the shadows, will never be crowned king. Gandalf does not hesitate to sacrifice those closest to him, those he professes to love. Tell me, what words of comfort did you give the halfling before you sent him to his doom? The path that you have set him on can only lead to death.
Saruman! Your staff is broken.
Grima, you were once a man of Rohan.
Victory at Helm's Deep does not belong to you, Theoden, horse master. You are a lesser son of greater sires. He will never be free.
No. Saruman, you were deep in the enemy's council. Tell us what you know.
I will not be held prisoner here.
The enemy moves against us. We need to know where he will strike.
I'll take that, my lad. Quickly now.
Everyone goes to Edoras, and inside the Golden Hall, King Theoden gives a speech and thanks the soldiers who were eliminated for their land, and everyone drinks in their honor, and after that, people celebrate. Merry and Pippin sing a happy song, and Gandalf smiles while watching them, and Aragorn asks Gandalf if there is any news about Frodo, and Gandalf says no, but he feels Frodo is still alive. At night, while everyone sleeps, Gollum talks to himself, and he plans to eliminate Frodo and Sam and take the ring, so he decides to trick them by leading them to a dangerous place where a monster will eliminate them.
You tunnel she always needs to feed. She hungers for sweeter meats. Vellum! Vellum!
I heard it from his own mouth. He makes the murderer.
He's a horrid, fat, horrid, gross smeagol.
Scare, Mark. We're lost. I don't care. We can't do this by ourselves. Not without a guide. Trust me. Come, Smeagol.
The eye of the enemy is moving.
Are you mad? I just want to look at it.
Fool of a took!
There was a white tree. I saw him.
What did you tell him about Frodo and the ring? There was no lie in Pippin's eyes. A fool, but an honest fool he remains. Sauron moves to strike the city of Minas Tirith. He knows the heir of Elendil has come forth. Men are not as weak as he supposed. He will not risk the peoples of Middle-earth uniting under one banner. You must come to Minas Tirith by another road. I ride for Minas Tirith, and I won't be going alone. Of all the inquisitive hobbits Peregrine took, you are the worst.
Take her by the safest road. The last journey of Arwen und Domiel. There is nothing for you here. Only death.
Tell me what you have seen.
Arwen.
You saw my son.
Nothing is certain.
Reforge the sword.
Your hands are cold.
There is no ship now that can bear me hence.
Gandalf and Pippin reach the city of Minas Tirith, and when they enter, Pippin sees a white tree, which is a symbol of the kings. Gandalf explains that the ruler here, Denethor, is not a king, but only a steward, and he also warned Pippin not to talk too much, especially about Frodo, the ring, or Aragorn.
Hail, Denethor, son of Exelion.
Perhaps you come to explain this. Tell me why my son is dead.
He failed defending us from many foes.
Pippin.
How did you escape and my son did not?
The mightiest man may be slain by one arrow, and Boromir was pierced by many.
War is coming. Where are Gondor's armies?
You think you are wise, Mithrandir. I have seen more than you know. With your left hand, you would use me as a shield against Mordor, and with your right, you'd seek to supplant me. Word has reached my ears of this Aragorn, and I tell you now, I will not bow to this ranger from the north.
Authority is not given to you to deny the return of the king. Steward.
The rule of Gondor is mine, and no others.
All has turned to vain ambition. 1,000 years this city has stood. Now, at the whim of a madman, it will fall. The old wisdom born out of the West was forsaken. Kings made tombs more splendid than the houses of the living, and counted the old names of their descent dearer than the names of their sons. Childless lords sat in aged halls, musing on heraldry, or in high cold towers asking questions of the stars. And so the people of Gondor fell into ruin. The line of kings failed. The White Tree withered. The rule of Gondor was given over to lesser men.
Mordor.
Yes, there it lies.
A storm is coming.
This is not the weather of the world. The orcs of Mordor have no love of daylight, so he covers the face of the sun to ease their passage along the road to war. When the shadow of Mordor reaches this city, it will begin.
So where are we off to next?
Oh, it's too late for that, Peregrine. Help must come to us.
Frodo, Sam, and Gollum are walking through a dark, empty forest, and Frodo feels very worried and tells Sam he has a bad feeling that he might not come back, but Sam tries to encourage him and says they will go and return safely like Bilbo did. In Gondor, Gandalf and Pippin stand and look towards Mordor, where the sky is dark and quiet, and Pippin feels scared, and Gandalf tells him this silence is just before a big battle begins, and that Sauron's full army is ready, including many soldiers from different lands, and he also warns about the Witch King, the most dangerous enemy who cannot easily be eliminated. Meanwhile, Frodo, Sam, and Gollum reach Minas Morgul, a dark and dangerous city, where Gollum shows them a secret path into Mordor using hidden stairs. Frodo feels strangely pulled toward the city, like something is calling him, but Sam stops him, and suddenly, a bright green light appears into the sky from the tower, signaling war. The Witch King appears on a flying creature, and his scream hurts Frodo badly, reminding him of his old wound, and then huge armies of orcs come out of the city and begin marching toward war, and Frodo and Sam hide and watch as the army passes below them, and Gollum tells them to keep climbing the stairs so they can continue their journey. Gandalf and Pippin are running fast through the city of Minas Tirith, and Pippin bravely climbs up a very high tower to reach the beacon at the top. At the same time, in a place called Osgiliath, soldiers are resting and guarding the area, and Faramir feels something is wrong because everything is too quiet.
Quiet.
They're not coming from the north.
Faster. Draw swords.
The beacon! The beacon of Amodine is lit! The beacons are lit!
Gondor calls for aid! And Rohan will answer. Muster the Rohirrim. Summon every able-bodied man to Dunharrow. My lord.
You have given us hope.
So, it is before the walls of Minas Tirith. The doom of our time will be decided.
To Lord and land!
We can't hold them. The city is lost.
Nazgûl. The age of men is over. The time of the orc has come.
It's the White Rider!
They broke their defenses.
This is not the first halfling to have crossed your path. Tell me all you know.
I did what I judged to be right.
You sent the Ring of Power into Mordor in the hands of a witless halfling. It should have been brought back to the Citadel.
I would not use the ring.
Boromir would have remembered his father's need.
He would have kept it for his own.
Boromir was loyal to me, not some wizard's pupil.
Father?
My son.
Leave me. Send forth all legions. Do not stop the attack until the city is taken. Slay them all.
What of the wizard?
Break him.
Frodo, Sam, and Gollum are climbing a very dangerous staircase toward Mordor, and Frodo almost falls, and Gollum pretends to help him, but is secretly staring at the ring and wanting it. Sam notices this and warns Gollum to stay away, and Gollum then tries to trick Frodo by whispering that Sam wants the ring, and Frodo slowly starts doubting Sam because of this. And in Minas Tirith, soldiers are scared and ask if help from Rohan will come, and Gandalf tells them to be brave because courage is the only thing they have right now. Sam, Frodo, and Gollum are still walking through the dark and scary land where Sam wakes up and realizes all their elven bread is gone, and he gets very angry and thinks Gollum stole it, but Gollum acts innocent and blames Sam instead. Frodo gets confused and emotional and finally tells Sam to leave him.
Stop it! Sam! I was just so angry. It's that Gollum. It's that thing around your neck. I could help a bit. I could carry it for a while. I could carry it. Share the load. Get away! I don't want to keep it.
He wants it.
Shut up, you! I'm sorry, Sam. He's poisoned you against me. Go home.
Disloyalty with vengeance. I do not think we should so lightly abandon the outer defenses that your brother long held intact. I will not yield the river in Pelennor unfought. Osgiliath must be retaken.
My lord, Osgiliath is overrun.
Much must be risked in war. Is there a captain here who still has the courage to do his lord's will?
You wish now that our places have been exchanged, that I had died and Boromir had lived.
I wish that.
I will do what I can in his stead. If I should return, think better of me, father.
That will depend on the manner of your return.
Faramir leads the soldiers, even though Gandalf tries to stop him, and Gandalf tells him his father is going mad, and he should not go, but Faramir says he must protect his city and its honor. The battle at Osgiliath begins as Faramir's men are badly outnumbered by orcs, and siege towers move forward, and the orc army advances, making the situation look very hopeless and dangerous. The army of Rohan gathers at a place called Dunharrow, and soldiers welcome their king, but the horses suddenly become scared and restless. Legolas and Gimli notice this, and they look at a dark path called the Dimholt Road, which leads under the mountain, and people say no one who goes there ever comes back, and Aragorn looks at this path and suddenly sees a ghostly king calling him, but when he looks again, it disappears. Nearby, Eowyn talks to Merry, and Merry is excited to fight and shows his sword, but it is not sharp, so Eowyn tells him to get it fixed, and Eomer says Merry should not go to war, because he is small and might be scared. But Eowyn argues that Merry has the right to fight for the people he loves, and she gets upset when Eomer says war is only for men. That night, Aragorn has a dream about Arwen, and he wakes up suddenly where a soldier calls him to meet someone.
I take my leave.
My lord Elrond.
She will not long survive the evil that now spreads from Mordor. The end has come.
It will not be our end, but his.
A fleet of Corsair ships sails from the south. You need more men. There are those who dwell in the mountain.
They answer to no one.
They will answer to the king of Gondor. Anduril, flame of the west, forged from the shards of Narsil. Become who you are born to be. Take the Dimholt Road.
The war lies to the east. You cannot leave on the eve of battle.
Why have you come?
Do you not know?
It is but a shadow and a thought that you love.
I have left instruction. The people are to follow your rule in my stead.
What other duty would you have me do, my lord?
I would have you smile again. You shall live to see these days renewed.
We must ride light and swift. It's a long road ahead. Little hobbits do not belong in war, Master Meriadoc.
I want to fight.
I will say no more.
Ride with me.
Ride now to Gondor!
One who will have your allegiance. I summon you to fulfill your oath.
None but the king of Gondor may command me.
What say you? Fight for me, and I will hold your oaths fulfilled. Fight, and I will release you from this living death!
Inside the city, Faramir is brought back badly injured on a stretcher, and everyone thinks he is eliminated, and Denethor becomes very sad and angry, and believes both his sons are gone, and Pippin is very upset, and tries to say Faramir is still alive and needs help, but Denethor is broken, and starts losing hope. Outside, Gothmog and the orcs are enjoying the destruction, and keep firing catapults into the city, and the city people panic, and everything becomes more fearful and hopeless. Denethor becomes completely mad, and starts shouting that Rohan has betrayed them, and there is no hope left, and he tells everyone to abandon their posts and run away, and the soldiers get confused and start losing courage.
Prepare for battle! Send these foul beasts into the abyss! Stay where you are.
Watch out!
This is no place for a hobbit! What are you doing, you useless scum?
The door won't give! It's too strong! Nothing can reach it!
Bring up the wolf's head.
You will not enter Gondor.
Prepare to be boarded!
Boarded? By you and whose army?
This army.
Frodo and Gollum are entering a dark and scary tunnel where Frodo feels afraid and does not trust the place, but Gollum tells him this is the only way forward. Inside the tunnel, everything is dark, sticky, and full of webs and bones, and Frodo gets separated and starts calling for Gollum, but he does not respond. So Frodo becomes more scared and starts running, falling into webs. Sam is shown falling down the stairs outside and feeling upset and guilty, and he is hurt and emotional, but continues thinking about Frodo. Inside the tunnel, Frodo remembers Galadriel's gift and takes out the glowing phial of Galadriel, which gives him light and courage, and suddenly the giant spider Shelob attacks him. Gollum appears and pretends to be helpful, but is actually planning to harm him, and Frodo fights through the webs and manages to break free, but Gollum attacks him again and tries to take the ring. Frodo fights him off, and Gollum falls down screaming. At that moment, Frodo sees a vision of Galadriel, who tells him that only he can complete the mission, so he gains new strength and continues walking forward with determination. Inside the city, Pippin sees Denethor taking Faramir into the tombs while people follow him, and Denethor refuses to accept hope, so he orders fire and oil to be prepared as he loses his sanity completely, and Pippin becomes scared and confused, trying to understand what is happening.
Ready! You're soldiers of Gondor! No matter what comes through that gate, you will stand your ground! The city is breached! All back! To the second level! Come on!
The story then moves back to Frodo, where he is attacked by the giant spider Shelob, and she stabs him with her sting, and he collapses, and she wraps him in her web. Sam suddenly arrives holding Sting and the light of Galadriel, and he bravely fights Shelob alone. Sam quickly runs to Frodo and cries, feeling heartbroken. And before he can help him properly, orcs arrive, led by Shagrat, and they find Frodo's body and decide to take him away to the tower, while Sam watches, feeling helpless and guilty for losing Frodo, and the orcs carry Frodo away as Sam prepares to follow them. Denethor's madness continues as he prepares a funeral pyre for Faramir and puts him on top of it. Pippin desperately tries to stop him and shouts that Faramir is still alive, but Denethor refuses to listen, and he pushes Pippin away and says he is free from his service. So Pippin runs through the city trying to find Gandalf for help.
Move into the city. Kill all in your path.
fall into the nothingness that awaits you and your master.
Do you not know death when you see it, old man? This is my power. You have failed. The world of men will fall.
Take your Ered down the left flank. Arise, riders of Theoden! A sword day, a red day, and the sun rises! Ride now! Ride for ruin and the world's ending!
So passes Denethor, son of Ecthelion.
Ride them to the river!
Didn't think it would end this way.
Death is just another path, one that we all must take. The grey rain curtain of this world rolls back, and all turns to silver glass. And then you see it.
See what?
White shores, and beyond, a far green country, and a swift sunrise.
That isn't so bad.
No, it isn't. Do not come between the Nazgul and his prey.
Late as usual, pirate scum!
No man can kill me.
I am no man.
Three. 34.
That still only counts as one!
My eyes darken. My body is broken. I go to my father's, in whose mighty company I shall not now feel ashamed.
Release us. I hold your oath fulfilled. Be at peace.
Yomer finds Eowyn on the battlefield and he is shocked and cries loudly, and he holds her in his arms and is full of grief. And Aragorn also sees this and he feels very sad, but Gandalf stays calm and watches quietly. Aragorn goes to the houses of healing where Eowyn is taken to be treated, and he heals her injured arm and gives her water, and slowly she starts to breathe again. Pippin is walking around looking for Merry everywhere, and he is shouting his name again and again. He suddenly finds Merry lying on the ground under an orc body, and Pippin quickly pushes the orc away and lifts Merry up in his arms, and he slowly opens his eyes and sees Pippin, and he is very relieved. At the Dark Tower, Frodo is trapped and tied up, and orcs are fighting over his things. The orcs Shagrat and Gorbag are fighting each other over Frodo's mithril shirt, and they betray each other, and the tower becomes chaotic with orcs eliminating each other. Meanwhile, Sam is climbing the tower very carefully, and he is angry and determined to save Frodo, and he fights orcs bravely. Sam finally reaches Frodo at the top of the tower and eliminates Shagrat, who is about to hurt Frodo, and Frodo is very weak and sorry, and he tells Sam he thinks everything is over and the ring is gone. But Sam surprises him and shows that he actually has the ring safe, and Frodo is shocked and asks for it, and Sam hesitates, but gives it to him because Frodo insists that it is his burden. Frodo puts the ring back on and feels the heavy responsibility again, and Sam looks worried because Frodo seems different again, and then they both leave the tower. They see the Eye of Sauron watching everything. Sam tells him they must keep going no matter what. At Minas Tirith, Gandalf is talking with Aragorn, and he tells them that Frodo is beyond his sight and things are getting worse, so they discuss the plan, and Aragorn says they must draw Sauron's attention away from Frodo and attack the Black Gate, so Frodo has a chance to reach Mount Doom. Then Aragorn goes alone and takes the Palantir and looks into it, and he challenges Sauron directly and shows him the sword Anduril, and Sauron shows him a vision of Arwen dying, which shocks Aragorn deeply. Aragorn is hurt, but he does not give up. Frodo and Sam are now in the dark land of Gorgoroth, but suddenly they hear horns and see orcs moving, and Sam thinks it is good luck because the orcs are going away. But then another group of orcs comes from behind them. The orcs force Frodo and Sam into their marching line, and they are pushed forward and taken toward the Black Gate. While marching, Frodo becomes weak and struggles under the ring's weight, and during inspection chaos starts, and Frodo almost collapses, so Sam tries to help him, but everything turns messy. In the confusion, Frodo tells Sam to hit him, so they look like real orcs fighting, and Sam reluctantly does it. When the orcs are distracted, Frodo and Sam quietly slip away from the line, and they escape into the wild land again. Now Frodo and Sam are alone on the rough rocky plains, and they walk for a very long time getting closer to Mount Doom, but Frodo keeps falling because he is exhausted, and the ring feels too heavy, but Sam encourages him and tells him they must keep going straight toward the mountain. At the gate, the huge army of Gondor and Rohan stands ready.
I don't think there will be a return journey, Mr. Frodo.
Let the Lord of the Black Land come forth! Let justice be done upon him!
My master, Sauron the Great, bids thee welcome.
The armies of Mordor must disband.
Old Greybeard, I have a token I was bidden to show thee.
Frodo! No!
Silence!
The halfling was dear to thee, I see. Know that he suffered greatly at the hands of his host. Who would have thought one so small could endure so much pain? And he did, Gandalf. And who is this? Isildur's heir.
Something's drawn its gaze.
Sons of Gondor! Of Rohan! My brothers! I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. An hour of wolves and shattered shields when the age of men comes crashing down. But it is not this day. This day we fight, men of the West!
Frodo and Sam are struggling on the rocky path of Mount Doom, and they are exhausted and weak as the mountain is full of fire and lava exploding everywhere, and Frodo falls many times but keeps trying to move forward toward the summit. At the Black Gate, the small army is now completely surrounded by the huge orc army, but the soldiers still stand together. Sam sees that Frodo cannot move anymore, so he lifts Frodo and carries him in his arms, trying to give Frodo hope, and starts climbing the mountain step by step.
For Frodo.
We're almost there.
The eagles are coming!
Let it go! The ring is mine.
Take my hand! Don't you let go!
Gone. It's over now. Glad to be with you, Samwise Gamgee. Here at the end of all things.
Later, as Mount Doom collapses, giant eagles arrive again, and they rescue Frodo and Sam and carry them away safely, while the world is being destroyed behind them. Frodo is lying in a bed, and he wakes up slowly and looks confused, and then he sees Gandalf sitting near him. Gandalf smiles and starts laughing happily, and Frodo feels so relieved and laughs too. And then suddenly Merry and Pippin come running inside, and they jump on the bed and hug Frodo, and everyone is laughing and happy again. Then the scene changes to the big city, and everyone is gathered to see Aragorn become king, and Gandalf places the crown on Aragorn's head. Aragorn gives a speech saying this victory belongs to everyone, and Aragorn sings a beautiful song, and then Arwen comes towards him, and they look at each other with love, and then kiss, and everyone claps happily.
My friends, you bow to no one.
We were home.
Sam sees Rosie Cotton and feels shy, and after that we see Sam marrying her, and everyone is happy and celebrating. But Frodo slowly becomes serious again, as he is still hurt inside, and he sits at home writing a book about their journey. So Sam comes to him and sees the book, and Frodo says there is still more to write. Then one day they go with Gandalf and Bilbo Baggins on a cart, and Bilbo is old but excited for one last journey. They reach a beautiful place by the sea called the Grey Havens, and there is a ship waiting for them.
Here's a sight I have never seen before.
The power of the three rings is ended.
I think I'm quite ready for another adventure.
Farewell, my brave hobbits. My work is now finished. Here, at last, on the shores of the sea, comes the end of our fellowship. I will not say do not weep, for not all tears are an evil. It is time, Frodo.
You can't leave. The last pages are for you, Sam. My dear Sam, you cannot always be torn in two. You will have to be one and whole for many years. You have so much to enjoy and to be and to do. Your part in the story will go on.
And with that, the Lord of the Rings trilogy comes to an end. I really hope you guys enjoyed the recap, because for me, it was very special, as it was my honor to make it, since this is the best trilogy in our lifetime. If you like this one, then be sure to check out all Marvel, X-Men movies, and many more on our channel. And as always, thank you very much for watching.